Hi, my name is Kiera, and I'm doing the Between Earth and Sky journey. And I'm excited to talk about bats with you, and I hope you learn something. I talked to a junior ranger. I talked to a park ranger, and about what I should do from this project. He said bats would be a good one, and especially because it's close to Halloween. And it's Bat Week. I hope you learned something, and I'm going to begin now. Bats. We need to take care of all kinds of animals, including bats, because they help our Earth. Bats are good, not bad. There's more wrong information than facts about bats. This is because of movies, vampire movies, and people being scared about rabies. But rabies is actually only a very small problem. Bats are very good at insects control. Did I say that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. South Carolina has 14 kinds of bats, and I'm going to talk about 2 of them. I'm going to talk about
The Rafinesques.
the Rafinesque's big ear bat, the little brown bat. I can't reach. and I'm going to talk about white nose fungus.
White nose syndrome. Mm-hmm.
Oh, whoopsie.
It was just a fungus. You're right.
Bats in South Carolina can eat 15 mosquitoes in just 1 minute. Bats are only mammal that can truly fly, but birds can't actually kind of fly.
But they're not mammals, are they?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Bats are in South Carolina are insectivores, which means they eat insects. This is important because they eat tons of insects that are bad for our crops we grow. Go bats! So we save money for the state because instead of buying chemicals to kill bugs, the bats eat them for us. Yay! This is better for the planet and our food. Bats save South Carolina $115 million each year in pest control. That's a lot of money. This is the Rafinesque's big ear bat, and it gets its name from its big ears, and that's its flying. Okay. Not very many people know about Rafinesque's big ear bats. Rafinesque's bats are endangered in South Carolina. You can tell these kinds of bats apart from the big bats in the state by their humongous ears, as you just seen in my poster. If they put their ears back to take up, they take up half the length of their bodies. So now everyone stand up. Okay. Now imagine that your ears on top of your head. And if they lay down, they would go all the way to
It's right here.
Of your legs. Okay, now everyone can sit down. Ears are used for echolocation, hunting prey, navigating in the dark, communication with each other. In South Carolina, these bats live in the coastal plains and hollow trees and very old run-down buildings. These types of bats are gray and dark brown and weigh between 8 and 14 grams. This is super light. It's the lighter range of this. This is super light. The lighter range of this is like this. Squishy bear.
Which weighs how much?
That I'll pass around in 1 minute. In a minute. Which weighs 8 grams. And that's pretty light for just one bat. The heavier range tends to be like this toy of Vampirina's mom, which weighs 14 grams. So this is as heavy as it can be, and this is as light as it can be, Squishy Bear. When these bats are 3 weeks old, not very old, they can fly. That's pretty young for one bat to learn how to fly. That's really good bats. Their favorite food is moths, but they can eat other insects if they can't find enough moths. I don't think that would ever be my favorite food. I already have my favorite food. These are some of the reasons they are rare and endangered. If they have to, but they accidentally drop their babies or abandon them if they are disturbed by humans. So never disturb them, even if they're cute. Excuse me. If they have to accidentally drop their babies or abandon them, if they are disturbed by humans, so never, ever, ever, ever disturb by that, even if you want to. But even if they're cute, but it will be bad. They get scared easily if humans disturb them, and will abandon their roost or home. I don't think that's good. Yeah. We only abandon them if there's emergencies. If they get woken up while hibernating, they use the energy they need during hibernation while waiting for insects to come back. So a lot of times they die. It also is becoming harder and harder to find hollow trees and old buildings and they need for their home. If your house gets kind of old, put a sign saying it's for bats. That one that I'm talking about now. It's called Little Brown Bat. Little brown bats live in most places in the United States, even all the way up to Alaska. That's pretty far away for one bat and all its colony to fly all the way to Alaska and back in one night.
Well, they don't always fly up there, just they live in all those different places.
I learned it in the show. So.
Oh, okay.
Well, not here, but some of the bats do.
Mm-hmm.
They have an average lifespan of 6 years in the wild, but can live to be 30 years old. That's kind of low for one bat. In the winter, they hibernate in caves. After they come out of the hibernation, pregnant females form maternity colonies. They can have everywhere from 2 to more than 100 babies, bats.
Mommies and baby bats.
Mommies and babies bats. These maternity colonies can be in tree cavities,
Attics?
attics, or in bat houses. I saw one of those at a state park.
Go ahead.
At the same time, male bats live under bark, in tree trunks, or even human-made structures in the summer. So probably like a house or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Little brown bats eat lots of different insects, including mosquitoes, spiders, and beetles. Ugh. Gross. But yummy for the bats. Little brown...
Just want to see your face.
I can't read like that. Little brown bats are various shades of brown. Some are more red. Some are being more golden. Okay, that's cool. They tend to weigh less than half an ounce of cylinder
That's you. Similar to
the Rafinesque's big-eared bat, and their wingspan can between 8 and 11 inches. I mean, the wingspan 8 and 11 inches. So the girls are usually bigger than the boys. Take that. This is white nose syndrome. It's not good for the bats. White nose syndrome. This is white nose syndrome. White nose syndrome has been killing off. Goodness, that was bad. Over Before this fungus, you could see thousands of bats, or even see thousands,
tens of thousands,
10,000 bats. Little brown bats, I mean, in caves. When they were hibernating, now they are a lot fewer. Biology research in Michigan have been studying white nose syndrome by collecting dead bats in the winter who died of this fungus. The scientists compared the
genetics
of the dead bats with the bats that survive white nose syndrome, that survived white nose syndrome. The bats that survived have difference in their genes, including differences affecting echolocation, waking up from hibernation, breaking down fats in their bodies. The scientists wonder if fat or bats
mm-hmm.
that hibernate deeper have better chance of surviving white nose fungus. Bye. Hope you learned something about bats. See you soon. Bye. And bats are important to nature. So talk to your parents about that and say it's fun to be afraid, but don't hurt bats. Bye.